Good evening, good morning, good day, good night, wherever you're watching this transmission. 'Tis I, Mike Martins, your housing discussion guru. I felt like going live today. I don't know. It's nice and sunny. It's really hot outside. I'm getting a sunburn on my head, so I'm kind of just gonna go wash the car. I'm gonna wait till the sun sets a bit before I go out and wash the car and do a couple of things around the house. The sun is just full blast right now. I think the current temperature today is May the 7th, 2018, and the temperature is like pushing 27 Celsius centigrade. And Toronto housing, this video I threw up the other day is having a lot of discussion. A lot of people are wondering what's going on with this, and I got a lot of dislikes, a lot of likes though, a lot of likes, more likes than dislikes. 5 or 6 of them don't count, right? Because some of them are with the same account. And people, if you dislike a video, let me know what is wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I want to talk about today, it's kind of important. I actually want to discuss is who qualifies to talk about housing. Who is qualified to get out there and say, hey, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, and it's all based off speculation. I mean, you got numbers, you got concrete numbers, but Simon just logged into the comment section, and big shout out to him. And who qualifies to talk about housing? And Walking Journey, guys, don't forget to check his channel out. He's a 2-time world champion, and I do have his game, Illuminati, which I'll be sending to him. I'm going to pick it up tomorrow when I go to the store, and I'll be shipping it out to him. He'll be doing an unboxing on his channel for it. What else? Okay, anyways, so who qualifies to talk about housing? Who qualifies? I get a lot of people telling me that I'm not qualified to talk about housing. I do own my house free and clear. I did buy my house at $260 and it's worth $340 now. I wish it wasn't worth $340 for the future of my kids and grandkids. I just kind of wish, unless people start getting a lot more money, unless people start getting paid a lot more, because we're connecting the wrong dots and nothing's adding up on any angle. Any way you connect the dots, you're not getting the full, you know, and I've been talking about the underlying things that are happening. We don't know what's happening underlying, what the government's going to move, what realtor or real estate agents are going to pull, what the banks are going to. We're off the system where we believe that everything's running in course, like an assembly line. Guy applies for a mortgage, guy brings his IDs in, guy qualifies for this much, guy does this, TDS fits, send out the appraiser, blah, 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 blah. Guy signs mortgage docs, transfer title records, blah, 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 blah. But there's a lot of things in between that happen, and we are not, we're not showing them. It's not being shown to the public. You know what I'm saying? So who qualifies to talk about housing then? Does a person such as myself that has been watching the market for years and that worked as a regional manager for a huge financial institution for a couple of years, that saw it, that saw the underwriting, that saw credit scores and understand how they work and what deals will fall apart within hours, months, days, who is being, you know, I'm not going to get too in-depth in that because I signed a disclosure agreement. Non-disclosure. So what? Who qualifies? The person that rips you off, the broker that rips you off qualifies because he knows the system well enough to get away with pulling crap? Is it the bank for pulling crap because they know how the system works? It's just a simple question. I mean, I'm not asking anyone to change water into wine here. A lot of people say I'm underqualified. And I'm severely underqualified in everything. I'm a learning machine. Whenever I see something, my neighbor the other day says, "Oh, I'm gonna go I'm going to rototill your garden for you. I'm like, well, just do one line for me or do some of it, and then I want to do it myself because I want to learn how to do it because I don't know how to do it. Other people that I've seen, or people I know that I've known in my life, would be like, yeah, let me borrow that thing. I'm going to get this done. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Show me how you do it, and then I'm going to try and practice and see if I have what it takes to get the job done. I don't know nothing. And that's why, I'm an open book. I'm open to learn. I'm open to understand. I'm open to bring in. And what I'm seeing and what the writing on the wall looks like, it's not good. And that's what I wanted to say today, like this is the video I put up, Toronto housing disaster. Now this one has 64 likes, 21 likes, 6 or 7 likes don't count. Dislikes don't count. So, I want to bring up this comment here. We bought our house for 20 years ago in Toronto for $150,000. And now it's worth $1.5 million. And even if it goes down to only $1 million, we still made a profit. You are silly. So, a lot of people will look at this comment and judge it. And say, oh, that's not fair. You're not being fair to Mike. He's talking about people that bought within the last 5 years. Or 4 years. They're screwed. Screw that. Screw that. It took you $1 million to make $1 million? It took you 20 years to make $1 million? Are you out of your tree? I look at that and see that. I don't look at that and say, oh, well, I'm talking about the people that... And that's what I put in the comments. I should have replied, in all fairness, it took you 20 years to build $1 million or $1.5 million. Really? So you see where I'm going here with this. And then you subtract all the years you paid in property tax for 20 years. And it's very expensive out there. Property tax, all the other maintenances, repairs, this, that, bad tenants, whatever the case is. I don't know what the case is. I don't have enough information to go off here. But it took you that long to make, you know what I'm saying? There's a sea of wealth out there to be made. And a lot of people are just wealthy on paper, if you want to say it that way. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. It's unsustainable. There are no real good paying jobs, high taxes and expensive living, no future. I feel the same way. My family was up my butt to buy almost $1 million. I said, no way, Jose, never. What, for a crappy bungalow in East York? No thanks. Yeah, so a lot of people are waking up to this and saying, you know what? It's not worth it. And then Dave says, thank God I'm sick of high prices. Did someone else, has anyone looked at Argentina? They just raised their interest rate to ready 40%. Yep. It's not a disaster, it's a reset. This is by John. Houses are overvalued by 50% minimum. Too low interest rates and too much immigration. Too many people are coming to big cities. And a lot of people are leaving the big cities too. The people that are coming are replacing the people that are living. Living in the cities are leaving to more affordable areas, right? Third world immigrants are pushing down property prices. I don't know about that. Please tell me we're one of the largest empty countries in the world with some of the highest real estate prices. There is so much opportunity to develop. It makes no sense. But someone else commented, the world is my man from Australia, Anon. And it says, the world is so much debt. Let it all collapse. All those debtors deserve to suffer. I have been changing my spending habits. Can already to see more closed storefronts popping up. Yes, a lot of storefronts popping up, closed. I went to Vancouver today, and that's what I saw a lot of shut down strip malls, lots of A lot of shut down businesses, a lot of mom and pops. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of pizza shops and coffee shops opening up. A lot of food catering. I'm seeing a lot of people catering to people with food. And the food industry returns are so bad. It is a tough industry to make it. I'm not giving up on anyone. I'm not telling anyone to give up on their dreams. I'm not telling anyone to give up on what they've worked. If it's your dream and you're happy doing it, and you're happy to get by and just, but living in a big city and catering food as your business, catering to a middle class type of venue in the downtown area, it's tough. I give my hats off to all the servers, the cooks, all the fighting that goes on in the kitchens, and it's just swearing, and oh god, it's tough. I worked in a mechanic shop for years when I was a kid, through the mechanic program through high school, because my academics don't qualify to go to college or university. So half of my high school term was in a mechanic shop, right? So this is a really good one from Reno. Good friend of mine, I know him personally. The real issue is majority of people, including you, have missed out on the train ride in the housing market. Well, I don't know. I guess he's right about that, 100%. But I just felt like even in Vancouver, the problem is the train ride in Vancouver left about 6 years ago. If you want to look at wages versus buying power, you look at wages, buying power. How much do I need to make to afford this? You're actually going back about 8 years in Vancouver. So I wasn't a fan of paying high prices for a house that's realistically worth $140,000 in Tucson, Arizona. So I don't want to get there. I don't want to go there with that. And why do I keep mentioning American cities? It's because everybody's moving to the United States. They're trying to not sense it out with how many Canadians live in the United States. I spoke to somebody that works within the You Counted Census Bureau, because I volunteer for the language section, because I speak Spanish and Portuguese. And I was kind of trying to get out of him. Come on, man, I need to know this. How many Canadians are living in the United States? So rough numbers, just my opinion. They're thinking anywhere from 1977 to now. There is roughly 19 million Canadians living in the United States of America. So a lot of Canadians are moving down to the United States of America, especially our nurses, doctors. Massive Canadian brain drain. It's tough. It's tough to maintain the infrastructure of the hospitals and the schools. All the teachers are going south. I spoke. A teacher emailed me. Moved to Wisconsin. Is leaving Vancouver second or third day of July, or fourth day of July. Rented a U-Haul, has got a teaching position in Wisconsin. I get people sending me letters all the time, And so let's see what's going on in the comments section. A lot more people are going to be bankrupt. And then Walking Journey says, you and Dave Ramsey are very respectable economists and knowledgeable of the economy and housing. I don't consider myself to be an economist. I just consider myself to talk a lot and ask questions. I just want to know what's going on, right? And Walking Journey says, Mike almost has 4K subs. You kick butt. And then Eddie Franco says he was at 2K months ago. And then my buddy there, I think he's from Tokyo. I'm not, it looks like his photo, but cities are growing, Mike. Yeah, but cities are growing. But the problem with the cities growing is that there's a huge, what a lot of people are not seeing on the inside is the migration within the province. So everyone's leaving the big city and moving to the smaller cities or small towns, like I did. A lot of people. I met another couple that just moved from Burnaby. I met him before I went down to pick up Rose, and they were in the area, and they said, bizarre, but they're like, you're Mike Martins. I'm like, yeah, you know, I left Burnaby, and they bought a place in Lower Nicola, a farm. They wanted a farm. I think it was 30 acres, and a workshop. They bought it because it has a workshop, and you could lift up cars and stuff. And he just bought it for the workshop, and he bought the house for, I think it was $390, but because it has a lot of land, right? And horses, and like, I don't know about the horses. I don't know about that, but it's happening. It's a huge migration, a shift, and the faces are changing. Everybody's changing. You know what I'm saying? Cities are growing, Mike. Oh yes, tell me about it. I'm a chef. Not an easy industry. Steven's here. I'm Steve the plumber's here. Just logged in. So guys, I just want to know from you guys, you know. So let's go over more of these comments. So Reno's got a good one here. It says the real issue is the majority of people, including you, have missed out on the train ride in the housing market. The ones that have been in the market for over a decade have done very well. All this talk of housing bubble is madness. Rates go up, prices go down. Rates go down, prices go up. I never heard you talking about the interest rates. Actually, I talk about interest rates all the time. I've talked about it in almost every show. I talk about rates going up, and I talk about percentage points and Bank of Canada rates. So maybe he needs to watch a bit more of me. I have been in the housing market since 2006. Rates were 5.8 to 6%. My house was $300,000. Rates went under 2% last January. House is worth $900,000. Rates have tripled down, and houses prices tripled in 10 years. The Bank of Canada is doing good things by raising rates. There has been 4 rate hikes since the last year, plus new requirements needed for mortgage. I've covered all this and all the steps to protect the Canadian proper from that whole buying tax and all that. We went over that a few months ago, long time ago when they introduced it. And we always introduce rate hikes here, so I always talk about it. I always receive links about it. So, 4 rate hikes last year, plus new requirements needed for mortgage, and that's your correction happening. They are trying to balance things out and doing an excellent job calming the market. But housing crash not happening. Whoever bought a house in the last 2 years have lost equity in their homes, including you. I don't know. I bought my house for $260 last February, and I just got my notice of assessment. It's worth $340. Plus, I own my house free and clear, and I did not buy my house to make money off it. I bought this house with multiple, 10 bedrooms, 7 baths, on a 0.9 acre of land. I bought this to raise my kids. I don't need a house to make money. I make money in other avenues. Watch everything else I'm doing in life. I have roughly 6 streams of income coming in. 6 streams of income. I don't need my house to go up in price for me to make money, including you, okay? Your house is not an investment. It's a necessity. I don't know about you, but my houses are more of a liability than an asset. You all have missed the train ride. Just enjoy life. Life is short. Some things you can't change in the money system. My best advice for you is if you can't beat them, join them. One thing I have learned when I used to preach financial literacy is nobody cares. Majority of people are content with their lives and frightened to change to do better. See you one day, Mikey. No hard feelings. P.S. LOL, stop scaring everyone. So that's Reno. I went to school with him. So that's his point of view on it. And from what it sounds like, he is definitely invested in... Someone says, Mike, you missed the train wreck. Uh-oh. Could Simon in the comment section be a little bit more elaborate on that? Because I'd like to know what's going on. If something happened, send me a link. Mike, show the audience my last video. You are planning to automate the economy by the way you are the economy man. Oh yeah, yeah. He did a video. Walking Journey did a video of the automated McDonald's in Texas. Yeah, you guys check it out. It's Walking Journey's good, man. He's got all kinds of stuff going on his channel there. LOL, I'm not surprised, from Old White Guy. Then a ninja loan. So this is from S. A ninja loan is slang for a loan extended to borrower with no income, no job, no assets. Whereas most lenders require the borrowers to show a stable stream of income or sufficient collateral. A ninja loan ignores the verification process.
Hi.
Antonio's with me here. Queres sentar aqui? Senta aqui. He's got a book, guys. He's got a comic. Wow. So this is why I have my house. And you know what? If my house lost value, this is my value right here. I don't care about my house going down in value. I don't take it with me when I die. I just take the good memories with me when I die. So, verification process, 2018, doing it again. And then Brandon McKay says, why is this summer going to be the crash? I doubt it. Toronto is not the foreign buyers list anymore. There is lots in the Chinese media about Vancouver and Toronto are bubbled to stay away. There was some news about quite a large drop expected in the future, which means no idiot enters to lose money when there are so many other countries with better prices. Besides, there are better deals in the US. Yep, that's where everyone's going now. Fecha a porta, filho. Obrigado.
These may short help.
Obrigado. So this is it. So this is from Dr. Ted Lem, and I think he's been watching my show for a while too. He does comment. Yeah, there's incredible deals in the U.S., and that's what's going to happen. I think there's going to be a huge lopsided thing going on with a lot of investors. The U.S. has a lot of, like 18 to 20 million empty homes, right? And everyone's working from the West Coast to the East. New York is expensive because it always has been. California is through the roof. And so let's see the comment section. House train is heading for a derailment. Mike, it sounds like Reno is way over leveraged and his boots are almost full. Antonio, what's up, buddy? Cute kid, Steve the plumber. Mike, real estate agents are exposed to getting sued if they sell houses as investments and the prices tank. Yeah, and then Mike Hecker's online. Mike Hecker's in the comment section saying, Mike, I work 20 hours a day and still can't afford my rent. So someone's saying 110,000 on the real estate side. I hope the bears are over the last many years that set themselves up to become bulls soon. That's from Bear to Bull Market. Question. I live in Edmonton, Alberta, but now was looking at Abbotsford as maybe a place to live. What are your comments on the respect to things the way they are going? Hold on, I got a ton of things opening up here. What are your comments on that in respect to things how the way are going? Secondly, what would you consider a good place to live in warmer climate on average, like BC? Thanks for your time. Well, buddy, Toby Cooper, I'm going to be very frank with you. I just drove through Abbotsford. It's very expensive. I saw a lot of pre-builts going up. Townhomes starting, I think, at 650, 700,000. I just saw them. I just went to pick up Rose in Vancouver, and Abbotsford's going through the roof. I would strongly recommend just to go a bit further east to Chilliwack. Maybe Chilliwack might be better than Abbotsford right now. I'm just putting that out there. Check your map. I think Chilliwack might be. Hope is your best bet right now. It's still the most affordable, and yes, the climate is obviously better, right? It's hot. It's like 30 degrees outside. It's hot. It's hot like a torch. Second week of March, things turn real quick here. Weather turns real quick. The worst is yet to come. This is just the start, says Dr. Ted. And Anon says, Australia is the same. They are flooding in, driving up prices so the proper can't afford. This is eroding our sovereignty and the breach of trust of the people on their land. We never see it divided to the minerals and resources and output. Also, have you noticed? Livid. Then there's some replies here. We cashed out in Richmond Hill area last March. Record price on the street, 2009. The house next door sold for $675,000. Fast forward 8 years later, and my house was sold in 2017 for $1.6 million instantly. Best thing I ever did. The greater fool bought my place. Has the same house listed again for $50,000 more than he paid me. It's on the market for almost 45 days with no offers. Ha ha ha. Go figure. I'm thinking these prices need to correct back to 2012 levels, when I'd estimate my old house value would be worth about $750. Finished top and bottom. What I'm seeing is the neighbors that sat on their laurels and waited to sell last year. They're now listing this year to see if they're hoping to get similar prices from what the market frenzy was at its height. Pre-stress test, pre-interest rate hikes, pre-wake-up idiots. It's all over call. It's all over call. It's all over Cali call. Or they're hoping to get where the neighbor's house up the street sold for how stupid. Greed has now conceived even more ridiculous. How long did anyone seriously think the house prices could rise in price $100,000 a month? That ship has sailed. Good luck. Ha ha ha. True. Good for you, buddy. So someone's commenting here, Jeff O'Toole, that the Chinese are the problem. They are not really the main one. The locals are ridiculously stupid and try to keep up with foreign buying and letting them cash out with your hard-earned money. The huge price increases would occur if it were not insanity of the locals with fear of being bought out and greed. Let's put the problem square. The Chinese really are just grease that makes the market very slick. So somebody else saying, Toronto's alive and well. I don't know what the F you are talking about. So that's the comments coming from here. So Better Dwelling just posted something. Canadians have $201 billion in HELOC debt, and over 30% is in Toronto and Vancouver. That is huge, guys. Home equity line of credit, HELOC. If you guys don't know what that means, it's just home equity line of credit. Remember, that is tied to your home mortgage. It is secured. A lot of people commenting in the comment section is going pretty well. I didn't schedule a live thing tonight, but I just wanted to get some of these stories. Oh, there's too many stories, so I'm just going to cover Toronto tonight. Home equity line of credit is a popular method to secure debt. Homeowners take out a loan and use their equity as collateral, like a second mortgage. The advantage is these secured loans usually come with lower rates of interest. The disadvantage is the utilization rates tend to grow when the asset values are quickly rising, as more buyers use them to accommodate lifestyle inflation. So a lot of people are using their equity to keep up with a lot of the rich people, or the foreign investor are trying to keep up the show, keeping the show going. In the event of real estate price correction, this can compound issues for those in an already precarious situation. It turns out leverage works on the way down as well. Who knew? So this is it here. I just wanted to show this to you guys. So here you go. Toronto. I don't know, it's like 45. Is that 45? That's 45,367,122,368. That's 22.5%. And Vancouver's 24 billion. Montreal's getting up there too, 21. 12 billion in Calgary is all second mortgages, folks, eh? Ottawa and other. That's the rest. I guess that's the rest of the country trying to catch up. Canadians spend over $529 million per month to service their home lines of credit. So this is how much on average, $120 million a month per month on everybody combined on second mortgages are paying $120 million a month, and that's just interest. So if you find out what interest rates are at, there's a formula you could do to find out what the exact principal is, and then it should give you this number here. This $45 billion. 367 million. So if you find out what the total is and you take what the percentage rate that people are paying right now on their second mortgages, that should give you an accurate number right off the bat. Let's see what Toronto is. Vancouver is 55 million they're paying per month. 49 million. So Toronto is really up there servicing their debt. So let's keep going here. And this is an article from 3 weeks ago, but I kind of want to bring this up because I didn't read it and it's important. CIBC, over 44% of Toronto condo investors don't get enough rent to cover the mortgage. If you're financing a million, let's say $1 million, and rates are at, let's say, 4%, you are looking at close to, with 40, you're looking at about close to 47,000, 50,000 a year to service that debt and interest, right? At 5 points, 5%. Wow, yeah. I'm just trying to figure this out. But hopefully no one bought for that much, and if rates do go up, you're within. But the thing is, you got that strata. That strata fee's a nightmare. Strata fee is an absolute disaster. Strata and all that other garbage. Oof. So it's an older one. A lot of Toronto condo investors are subsidizing their tenants' rent as 2017 CIBC Economics crunched some numbers on the Greater Toronto condo investor. They found that a number of condo investors that took possession in 2017 are paying more on the mortgage than rent collected. Despite the risky sounding approach, the speculative play is paying off so far. Negative carry. So this talks about how to negative carry, which is if you're timing the market right and you're taking a negative carry, and you're going to sell at the right time, and you're timing the market, you know when to sell. You got this feeling, or you got some inside info, or you talked to a real estate agent that's giving you information or something. It's good to take a negative carry because you're knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? So there's only a positive carry of 44.3%, and then there's a negative carry of positive 55.7, which is good, and then a negative carry. So if these condo buyers sell at the right time, it's okay. You're offsetting the negative the negative you're carrying every month. Let's say you're carrying a negative deficit per month of, let's say, $600 a month. If you could make that up later when you sell, then it just covers it, right? So Greater Toronto condo investor cash flow. So zero. So this is the Greater Toronto condo investor, those with positive returns. So these are people, what they have for cash flow, $0 to $500. So left over after the rent. So $0 to $500 is 78.4%. That's pretty much the entire market, guys. So that's what they have for cash flow after the rent's paid. And then 500 to 1,000 is 16.3%. And then what is this one? 1,000 plus per month. That's huge. So that's these people with 1,000 plus per month, positive cash flow, positive returns are people that own their properties free and clear. And I could see these people also owning their properties free and clear. $500 to $1,000 positive cash flow return. I could see that 100%. It's free and clear. So, and this is cash flow with negative returns. Okay, let's look at this. So 0 to 500, 45.4. So these are negative returns. And then 500 to 1,000, 20%. I hope this is low. Some people are losing $1,000 a month. 34%. 45%, 0 to 500. So some people are breaking even or getting just ahead. I really wanted to show that article. And then this is from Buzz News. I'm always skeptical about these guys. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're whatever, but this is a really good one. Have new mortgage rules delayed the Canadian housing market's spring ramp up? This economist says yes. So remember, springtime in Toronto is usually the time to buy and usually the time to get into the market. But I could have sworn I saw something here. Where was it? I could have sworn I saw a list here. Okay, let's move on. There's probably a list on something here. Now here's house prices continuing to inch back up in Mississauga. So this is from today's date. Are housing prices going back up in Mississauga? And this is what it's saying. House prices continue to inch back up. While houses in Mississauga and surrounding cities are not quite as expensive as they were this time last year, prices in the GTA do appear to be inching back up month over month. The Toronto Real Estate Board TREEP recently revealed that the GTA realtors reported 7,792 sales through TREEP's MLS system in April 2018. The average selling price was $804,000, meaning that 1 year over year basis, sales were down 32.1%, and the average selling price is down 12.4%. So this is the Greater Toronto in 2018 so far, sales. And there's the Greater Toronto area, and then the rest of the GTA 905 area. And there's the sales price. You can see, obviously, sales were higher in 2017. And then average price was definitely higher, and new listings was way higher back then. So, and then the rest of the GTA, whoa. And the Greater Toronto area, new listings, 50,000. So everything's tricking. To me, it looks like from what this is showing, it's tricking down. Here you go to, this is the MLS sales and average price by home type from April 1st to 30th. There's the detached percentage change in the 416 and 905. And then it goes from sales to average price. And then semi-detached, townhouses, and your average price. You can see some of them are down 16.4%, 34.18%, 34.3% in the detached market. 416, the average price is down 14.3%. So this is a really long article. I'm going to leave this with you guys if you want to read this. House prices continuing to inch back up in Mississauga. Toronto home prices are steadying. Dramatic year-over-year declines. Toronto home prices tumble, but market shows signs of stability. Is it stabilizing out there, guys? This is from the Globe and Mail, so I don't know. Yeah. GTA housing market just had its slowest April in 15 years. Toronto Real Estate Board just released its monthly statistic for April, and although we're still far from anything resembling the apocalyptic market crash, we're also not yet in full recovery mode. So what is going to happen there, guys? I want to know in the comments section, and I'll read your comments if they're good. Here's the 8 stats. This is Buzz News. This is from May 3rd, okay? 8 stats that show why GTA home sale numbers continue to plunge. This is the one I wanted to read to you guys, not the other one. Number 1. While sales were down significantly year over year, they just fell 1.6% month over month. The month over month sales trend has flattened out over the past 2 months, following a steeper drop off in January and February, reads the report. 2. The comparison of this year's sales and price figures to last year's record peak masks the fact that market conditions should support moderate increases in home prices as we move through the second half of this year, writes TREEP Director of Market Analysis Jason Mercer. Number 3, the drop of the average sales price reflects the shift away from the low-rise homes towards more affordable townhomes and condos. Detached home sales for $2 million or more accounted for 5.5% of April home sales, down 5% points year over year. The price of detached homes dropped 14.4% year over year, while townhome prices were only 7.8%. Condo prices jumped 3.2% year over year. Similarly, while detached home sales were down 38.4% year over year, townhome sales dropped 22.1% year over year, and condos were down 26% year over year. The MLS Home Price Index was down 5.2% year over year, reflecting the shift towards affordable housing types. Supply continues to be tight, with year over year drop in new listings from 21,571 to April 2017 to 16,273 last month, and this should be the time. This should be a sellers and buyers market. This should be when sales start going up and prices start going up, but supply continues to tighten, and listings from 21,000 from last year to 16,000 from last month. Recent polling by Lipsos tells that the great majority of buyers are purchasing a home within which to live. This means these buyers are treating home ownership as long-term investment, writes Serenasis. A strong and diverse labor market and continued population growth based on immigration should continue to underpin long-term home price appreciation. But who's coming in? Because if somebody comes in from another country, when they see that price of housing, they won't be able to afford. People, Mass 95 just logged into the comment section. How's it going, Mike? Major housing crash coming fall 2019. So Mass 95 is predicting 2019 fall for a major housing crash, whatever they want to call it. Toronto home sales prices down from year levels ago. So these are all from different. This is from CBC, Canadians broadcasting crap. And that's that, guys. I wanted to do a quick plug for Toronto today and what's happening. I need to know in the comment section. I'm going to be live this Wednesday with Trends in the Housing Market. I'm going to see if I could get Steve on, who is watching the market there very close. He's eyeballing the market there in Toronto, seeing what's happening in the GTA all the way up to Niagara Falls area and the Horseshoe region. I'm going to see if I could get Mario DeCetti's in on the show too. Hopefully I could give him a call and get him on the show. I know the time difference is tough. The 3-hour time difference, the gap in time difference is really hard on some people. So let's see what we can do, guys. Comment below. I'd like to know your comments. And I really, really, really appreciate everyone tuning in. I got lots of people watching this now. Wow. Thanks for watching, guys. What is happening in the GTA if you're there? Am I delusional, Mike, or is this really happening? And let me know. Thanks for watching.